to therapy. I haven't seen my therapist since before I started my job. I'm really excited to talk to her about that because I like it. But, yeah, there's an awful lot of, shit they don't want people talking about right now, like all of these toxic chemical spills, like in Ohio. Did you know that in accordance with Agenda 2030, you can pull it up on the EPA website, if the government finds that any land is contaminated, that they can come, seize all that land, kick everybody out, and move them into these 15-minute cities. Pretty interesting. Absurd amount of train derailments. And they're going, well, these aren't rare. These happen. Yeah, well, there's an awful lot of chemical spills going on. And I find that very worrisome. It's pretty wild that this administration will send billions of dollars in aid to Ukraine, but won't help anybody in Ohio, that Trump-supporting town of theirs. And did you know that last year, Netflix released a movie called White Noise? It's a movie about some train derailment in a small town. Something to do with the collision with a big tanker truck, and there was a big chemical spill, and it was a fucking disaster. Did you know that they filmed it in East Palestine, Ohio? They literally put this shit right in people's faces because they don't care. People will not wake up. There's a bunch of religious people screaming, "Wake up! Jesus is coming! Hit your Bible!" Oh. Waking up is just accepting the fact that the Bible has been totally modified, controlled by the Catholics, and who's controlling them? Negative extraterrestrials. I was literally never a conspiracy theorist before, but on the rare occasion I'd hear one, I'd just go, look at this shit. Probably. I ain't laughing at those people. Now I'm really not laughing at those people because I see that everybody who's on to something gets called a conspiracy theorist or a cult leader. And I think that's such a shame. Teal Swan has a huge following. And she's one of many of these spiritual people who are out here saying that it might be good to check into spirituality if you're going to be going through the mental health racket, because there's alternative ways of dealing with mental problems, and it's by understanding how the spiritual battle really works. And I guess one of her followers killed themselves, and oh, these people tore her ass apart for it. She's a cult leader. One of her followers killed themselves because she's out here saying you should try other stuff before you just take a bunch of medications from doctors. What's a follower? I follow Joe Rogan. Every time I like somebody's content, I hit the follow button. Are they all cult leaders? Because they don't co-sign to typical religious shit? And how many Christians have killed themselves? Literally, so freaking many religious people have killed themselves. And they just banged up Teal Swan for it. And that's a shame. That's a super, super, super